Wow, this is exciting. A Roland Super Jupiter MKS-80 on the bench. Apparently it has only one output working. Before we can even really look at that, we have to look at this transformer. Hang on. So this MKS-80 runs on 110 volts. This is an old RS auto transformer. They don't have the data sheet for this anymore, which is quite a shame. But it's got a loose connector here, and there's like a rivet half hanging out, so we'll just fix this up first. And I've already taken the screws out. And so the input comes in here, and then this output, yeah, it's just paralleled. So we'll take these rivets out and just put some new ones in the other sockets. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it looks like this one probably had a cover on the same as this, which is cracked off, which has had given it too much space there for the rivet. Okay, so just so I know where I stand with this transformer, I'm going to plug it in via this trip switch just in case, and we're going to measure the output voltage on the multimeter set to AC. Okay, there we go. Before we open anything up, we're just going to give it a bit of a clean and maybe straighten up a couple of these sliders that are a bit bent there. So some sounds are quite noisy. I'd like to do a reset, but I'm going to see if I can do a MIDI dump first. So when I took the lid off, I was greeted with this loose wire flapping around in the breeze. It looks like they were trying to join the two analog grounds together. And according to the schematic, they are just joined directly there. After disconnecting all the connectors, the bottom board, which was working fine, had great continuity between all the analog ground points. The top board, however, showed a discontinuity between the green sections and the blue sections of the earth. And after mapping it all out, I could not find any way in which the two were joined together. So for now, I think we'll just have a look at the power supply and check it out on the scope. Okay, so I've got some probes on the plus 15 rail, the VCA output, and the 5 volt rail. And if I turn that on, so this is the plus 15 volts, this is the audio, and this is the 5 volts. There's quite a lot of noise on the power supply there. Of course our attention now is on these caps. And I don't like it with these plastic tops on because you can't quite see what's going on. It looks like it might be bulging, so ideally I really want to measure those caps. No, I think the easiest way without too much disturbance is to unsolder the AC input, and I might be able to lift the whole board out like that. Okay, before I take these out, I have made like a little note of which way round they go and what values they are. Okay, that looks actually really nice. And that measures amazing as well. Japan. Amazing. TSW. Again, fantastic caps. So the noise is coming from somewhere else. Okay, I'll put these back in, at least for now anyway. So now I've taken both these boards out, I've noticed that the bottom board, which was working okay, had an earth joined to test point 0. Now I've taken that off, both boards measure exactly the same as far as continuity to earth's concerned. So I turned my attention to testing the caps in circuit with my Peak Atlas ESR meter, and I was measuring this cap here, and on this board it measures 50 microfarad, 3.4 ohm. I think it's actually a 33 microfarad, but there's two of them probably in parallel. And on this board it comes up as in circuit leaky, and the same is on the cap on the other side, in circuit leaky. And on this board it's measuring. Okay, so I'm going to take those two caps out and we'll see what they're like out of circuit. Okay, so we're going to test this first capacitor. That claims it's open circuit. It says the same. I just pulled out another 2 caps. Oops, it's quite hard to get good contact. So I'm going to check some of the other caps, see what else I might find. So I don't know if you can see that that's definitely been leaky. Interesting to see what this says. $45 UF. Okay, so there's 5 capacitors I've pulled out of here, and we have these 47 microfarads, quite high ESR. If I take a new one, it's much better, and these were the worst ones. $33 microfarad. Yep. So I'm going to replace those 5 caps. So she starts off noisy. and she will settle down after a little while, so there's obviously more caps that need to be replaced. I would suggest to the owner that they all be replaced, although it's probably getting on for like 90 to 100 capacitors. And at the moment I've still got the earth joined. If I disconnect the earth, and that's the same on both boards now, so it might be still that there might be more capacitors faulty, which is making that happen, so we'll see. Now it's been on a couple of minutes, all the noise has disappeared. The tuning is still pretty whack, you have to retune it several times. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully a new set of caps will just bring this back into line.